Hello all. Apologies for my lateness. I mean, I'm still early, but apologies for my Grey Mouse branded lateness. There's a kid outside having a temper tantrum. I was curious about what was going on. It sounded so dire. So I had to snoop. Not snoop, but you know how it is. Just heard a kid just crying their eyes out, and it was very unnerving. Anyway, let us jump into the comic. I'm on page 4, so I actually want to get as much into it as possible. It is still 30 plus degrees here in Australia, so it's going to be hot again, but hopefully it will be a manageable heat. It's only like 1 degree cooler though, so we'll see. Hey, Oppa, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Just explaining that I was listening to a kid have a temper tantrum, so that's why I'm kind of a little bit later than usual. It was a very interesting situation. Gonna jump back to my previous page just so I know what kind of a background I can get away with. The log pretty much blocks a lot. Yawning? Were you yawning? You're yawning? That's fair. It's early for you. I could get away with just a tree, but it's the horizon's got to be right. You know? You know what I mean? So like that. What? Why did we get nothing? There we go. Like that. Ugh. That feels icky. 1:30 a.m., but also 30 minutes from getting up. Oh. Right, so you get up at 2. That's still very early. At least that seems very early to me. Kid's still going, which you gotta kind of respect that hustle. For those of you who don't know, this kid having a temper tantrum. Oh, 9:30. Oh, right. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Well, then you've got it pretty good. I need to wake up. Fair. Wake up. Oh, the kid's going. Like, I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, there's just a kid having a temper tantrum in my apartment blocks, like parking space, and it's like, oh, start sleeping at 1:30. Oh wow, that's not. Oh, oh, really going at it. Whoa. It's getting slightly quieter as they move away. Give the kid whatever it wants. My god, you've got a little demon baby. Holy crap. That was so, like, I don't think I could have made sounds like torture. Yeah, I was like worried for a second. I looked outside and the kid was just being a bit of a brat. Like, I just had a quick cheeky peek and I was just like, what's going on? It sounds like a kid's being tortured. Like he said, it was just a kid who was just being spoiled. It sounded like it definitely looked like it. And the dad just looked so tired. And I was just like tired of it. And I was like, I don't want kids. I don't, like, you've given me so much reason to not want kids. Because holy shit, that would be so frustrating. It's just this kid, man, is like so loud. And like you get it, kids are learning and stuff like that, but like, oh man, how do you react to something where the kid's just out of line? Like the kid's being selfish and rude and petulant is the word I've heard a lot. Precocious. It's like, how do you respond to that? You know? I don't know. I'm not that kind of person to know how to respond properly to that. To a kid being difficult. But then again, I've seen plenty of parents who just do not know how to respond anyway. And that's worrying. The parents who just don't know what they're doing. That's almost scarier than a kid. A spoiled kid. I mean, they're usually two and the same though, right? Spoiled kid and a parent that doesn't know how to raise them. It's very worrying. But yeah, it's all quiet now, which is good. My goodness. Yeah, but with first kid, you gotta learn. There is no school to be a parent. Yeah, exactly. You gotta learn. Absolutely. But I also, yeah, for me personally, I just don't feel like I mean, I worried I wouldn't do a good job. So that's always led me to be like, I don't know. Don't know if I want kids. But that's just me, of course. But yeah, you would expect common sense. Yeah. I mean, there's a certain level, right? Isn't there with like raising a kid, you gotta be... Oh, the level of patience that some parents have is just awe-inspiring as well. I sometimes feel like losing it at my coworkers, and I'm an adult. It's a bit of a messy looking tree stump, I have to admit. And also it feels like Ratchet's not moved super far from the tree stump, so I might just get rid of it entirely. Let's see how I do, just moving forward. Keep Ratchet moving forward. Give him some new trees to like wander near. I think that's a good idea. Also, I don't know what I'm doing. I literally don't have any... Like, I don't have anything in these white spaces. I could just do this. And then I don't have to worry about accidentally drawing over Ratchet. Ah. I've been drawing for years, and yet sometimes I just learn something new. Or realize something I should have known. Do like this. Draw the trees that I really like. So, God, where is the ground? Where is the ground? This is also my thing. So basically, like, I just can't leave a blank background as it is. I need to fill it with something. Ground is under your feet. I know that. I hope. Sort of. There's like a desk. There are desk legs under my feet. Because it's how I sit on my desk with my foot pressed against the leg of the desk. There we go, that's better. That's more manageable. Just give myself a horizon line. That works. From there I can build. And also there shouldn't necessarily be too much in front of the dagger as well. It should kind of cut out the dagger completely, and also since we're with Ratchet's perspective, we actually don't need to draw the top of trees because he is just short. So you can kind of get away with just drawing tree trunks and stuff. Which is great. Makes my life very simple. There we go. keen for the bit where... Oh! Blaziken. My good pal Grey can surely do this one justice. Depends. If I remember Blaziken properly, that's the thing. Yeah, hold on. Also, let's move to the warm-up page so I can actually draw this Pokemon. Oh, don't mind that. Blaziken. Also, is a good also, hello Silent, how are you? I hope you are well. Also, as a good reminder, I have not played a Pokemon game in years. So, as I kind of talk, slowly figure out which one we're talking about. And it's the Torchic evolution, isn't it? Now I must return to your stream. Well, welcome. Okay, we'll have fun. Go back to your stream. You're supposed to be streaming. And I mean, that's not that unprofessional, is it? It's just cross-promotion. Blaze can always look kind of weird to me. But then again, also because it was like the GBA version, so it probably looked weird anyway. Had all the long ass hair. I mean, kind of. Is it correct? Probably not. That's okay. And it had the big, because it's like during that period of time where fire type Pokemon were like David Bowie-esque inspired creatures. Or many Pokemon were really kind of like that. It's got like weirdly thin hips. It starts to. This is where like the beginning of the whole like Pokemon that kind of look like humans started to kind of begin. Like in its full force. Not in its full force, in its like infancy for this situation. But eventually you would just get Pokemon that were just humans, but then like only slightly different. You know, with slightly different like elemental abilities, unlike humans who only have the one elemental ability. Right? I wouldn't know, I'm not human. I'm a mouse. If I just draw a line, because I get like a little bit of wiggle on some of my lines. I'm not sure why. I don't know, it could be the smoothing. The face is all wrong, but it's pretty good. It's a very basic face in it. It's just a very basic, like, weird-ass face. It looks so weird. I love it. Because it's like, this was Torchic at one point. So this was, hold on, where's my Torchic? Torchic is long gone into my finished file. But like, Torchic was just a little chicken. And then this guy's the next evolution. Not this guy specifically, but like, you know what I mean, right? It's like, you don't expect a chick to evolve into just a weird buff, like karate chicken-esque. I mean, I'll give it that chicken-esque thing. It's got like claws and stuff, doesn't it? Not hands, not human. I mean, it's kind of got human hands, but you know what I mean. Maybe. Even I don't know what I mean. Do that. And we'll also look it up now as well because, like, I mean, I'm weirdly close, but like not in a way that matters, right? Blaziken? I completely forgot its name. Blaziken stats. Oh yeah, no, this isn't Blaziken. Blaziken's got kind of like a little vest. Vest out of its own hair. That's pretty fucked up. I like it. That's what Blaziken looks like. Not this monstrosity. So, like, I kind of had the right sort of idea with the, like... I mean, mine's actually maybe a little bit too, like, blocky for sure. But, yeah. It also doesn't have a hairy crotch. Mine doesn't have a hairy crotch, whereas the actual Blaziken does. Also not quite as thick, like, arms and stuff. Interesting. Interesting. Let's save that. And move it on. Pop it up to display for everyone to see. Everyone to see my shame. Blaziken. Is that close enough? Can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna take my watch off for a moment. Don't mind me. Get a weird thing where it feels, I mean, it's probably because of the heat, but because I'm wearing my watch, been like coming out in a bit of a rash where my watch is, with the silicone wrist strap and stuff. But my suspicion about that is that it's probably because it's been 30, you know, almost 40 degrees every single day. So I've been sweating into it. You know, whether I like it or not. You know, that choice is taken from me, robbed of me, whether or not I want to sweat in it or not. I'm gonna. It's impossible to stop. Just do this very simply. Doesn't need to be much, but should be something. I think that's my mentality, is that I do so much detail because I kind of just need there to be something at the very least in these images, because if there isn't, then it just feels a bit empty, and I dislike that. Is that just a little black line? Ugh, thank goodness I caught that. Disgusting. Oh, that's too curved. Still too curved. These lines, like, these trees are basically straight lines, just with a little bit more bulk to them. Only a little bit though. There we go. There we go. Slightly better. I could probably add like a bunch of branches and stuff to them as well. Just add a few little things, accoutrements and such. Yeah, just one nice and close. Should really have more reference images and stuff just available for myself to use. Oh, nope. Oh. That'll do. That'll do it. It's nice. Do I put one extra close just to him? Like that? Nope. 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 That was close. That's pretty good. I mean, it does curve out quite a bit, but at least a tolerable amount, right? I might even add just a bit of like greenery. Not greenery, like ruins, some more ruins and stuff. That would be cool. Just nice little background things. Gonna just erase the entire bottom of these, because I need to add the trees in. Trees themselves. And I might actually change the grass around here so that it's actually a little bit more orange. Start to shift the hues a little bit to a more autumn-esque kind of palette. Still wondering, so basically like I feel like I could be doing more art or doing more on the comic. So I'm almost kind of tempted to bring back the Sunday stream, but it might come at the cost of another stream. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of my gaming streams, but streaming 5 nights a week it's a lot, as I've come to understand, you know. So I don't necessarily want to do that just lightly. So I'm not sure, thinking about it, considering my options. Because I do enjoy streaming, for sure, but it shouldn't be all I do. Yeah, I was going to ask, do you have time and energy for extra stream? Yeah, well, like, so I did do 5 streams a week at the end of last year. And it was good, it worked, and it was like I primarily did it because I wanted to reach my self-imposed deadline. But then I stopped more recently so I could have the weekend for myself. And that's good and it works. But I do feel like every time I come back to my comic, it's been a while, and I don't know how I feel about that specifically. Maybe I just reserve some time during the week or during the weekend to do the comic myself. Maybe that's the solution, I wonder. I mean, this place looks good. I might like look at a bit of a reference as well, just for some like ruins and stuff. Snapchat's telling me that I should try the bread filter. I don't give a shit, Snapchat. So you'll still be able to hear me. I'm just gonna move over to my to my shelf where I have like a bunch of my reference books. Any artist, like my one recommendation is become addicted to getting art books. They're so good. They're so cool. I'm gonna take my headphones off so I can't hear the beautiful music or you, all of you talking. Can't hear you talking, Harper. But oh, don't fall on me, shelf. Just Twitch streaming, like streaming the sound of a shelf falling onto me. Now that I say it, I'm gonna like do it. Hold on, gang. Oh god, that scares me. I mean, this shelf is heavy as fuck. It's not gonna fall. Then you just hear it fall. That'd be bad. I had to move a different book out of the way so I could get the specific book that I wanted. Stare at my bookshelf. Is it falling? No. No, it's not. If anything, it was the light box that I have on top of it. Yeah, so for landscape designs, I've got the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild art book that I use as reference imagery. Because there are some beautiful landscapes and locations in this book. Oh, gotta hydrate. I will hydrate in a second once I have found the reference that I am looking for. I don't want any of the Sheikah stuff. The Sheikah stuff is cool, but it doesn't match my style. So I'm not gonna fiddle with that. Chicken. Raw chicken and cooked chicken. I mean, that's why I like this book so much. It's so comprehensive. It's such a huge, comprehensive piece of literature. Climbing gear. Monsters. I'm not looking for monsters. I could draw like the skulls of animals and stuff like that. Sure. But, I don't know. Not convinced. I'll tell you what I could draw. Then just go silent. Tell you what I could draw. Like little fairy things. So like creatures of the Feywild, like little homes for them. That'd be cute. And bees, like bees nests, things like that. Actually, there are a lot of options, isn't there? But the main place I get my resources or my references from are the Central Hyrule pages. Oh, what do you know? I was literally right on it when I opened the book, and then I looked in a different place. What a fool. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so like log cabins and stuff like that, that all is cool. Now I just wonder. Yeah, some temporary shelters and things like that. Those are cool. That might be a nice thing to add. Rock formations, that's actually also probably a really good idea. Stone and earth formations. Bridges, that's not a bad idea either. Field ideas, fountain ruins, a pillar, broken land bridge, broken military flags. Ooh, these are all really good ideas. Just using this as reference work is honestly really cool. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I think I got it. So a few little broken pillars and stuff like that, that would look great. I don't want to put that on my work laptop and crush it. It's a big, heavy book, just as a warning for those of you who attempted to get it. It's a big, heavy book. I'm gonna start with a busted flag. Just here. This is the flag of the Resonant, so we can't grab it and run while we push your shelf down? No, probably not. That would be ill-advised. Not only because you'd be stealing from me, but Also because the shelf is too heavy to push down as a single person. It's not safe. And then second of all, the book's heavy, so you'd have, even the strongest of you would have trouble grabbing it and running. It's a very heavy old tome, you must understand. It's very good, and I highly recommend it for those of you who are actually looking for books to get as reference books. Streamer is saying I'm weak. You are weak. You are weak. One person pushing this shelf down? Huh. Absolutely not. And you think you're gonna overpower me? Absolutely not. I am very strong. I am very strong. No, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just strain, you know? Unneeded strain on your system. Yeah, so just a busted flag. That's cool. Says a mouse. Yeah, but a very strong mouse. Just gonna flex without shitting my pants. To show it, to really display my strength. Ooh, you know what would be cool? This isn't gonna matter for this panel specifically, but in a later panel we actually have like a slightly wider shot where Ratchet is going under like a broken resonant arch. So the resonance, for those of you who don't know, the resonance are essentially the empire in this land. And so they have conquered Kaitiaki, but then they have failed to hold it. So they've got this weak grip on Kaitiaki right now. And so you'll see little visuals of their presence on the continent, like this flag for one. But as you can see, it's also started to wither and fall apart with time. Which I like the visual imagery of, is that it's just, as time has gone on, they've just failed to hold on to it with the war that's going on. I feel like you could, but then it's just like, you could knock down my shelf and beat me up and take my books, but do you really want to? I just got a bunch of really heavy art books. You gonna derive the same joy from them as me? Maybe. You'll derive a little joy knowing that you took them from me. Beat me up and took my books. Took the nerds' books. Pretty art books. They are very pretty. Like, I've got some really good art books. Really, like, theft-worthy art books. I don't want to say that in case I actually do get robbed. I've been robbed before, and it fucking sucked. So, I don't want to, like, jokingly instigate another occasion. I'm gonna look up at the beehives. Kind of also tempted to just add little, like, fairy pods or things like that. One for Enya. Optionally, brew some coffee, tea, serve the cookies, and we can enjoy the books together. That's true. That would be lovely. Oh, I keep flicking open to the Urbosa page, and I'm like, whoa, what a woman. Sorry. The Gerudo women are, like, designed to be super tall and really muscular, and I'm just like, damn. Every time I pass them in the book, I'm just like, whoa. And that's why I highly recommend this book, because it's just, I mean, for one, so comprehensive. It's got pages dedicated to the various different food and versions of the food depending on what effect, like what elemental effect has befallen it, which is so unnecessary but amazing all the same. Because like I was saying, it's got chicken, and then it's got cooked chicken, and then it's got burnt chicken as well. And it's all got a very unique, distinct style, which is just so impressive. And like, sure, it doesn't take a lot to impress me, especially with an art book, but this stuff impresses me. Deeply impresses me. Oh, okay. So I was going the wrong way. Want the beehive. Because I know the beehive is in this book. This isn't... Oh, I mean, here's a question. Should I get a camera to just show my reference book space? Maybe that would be worth it. Since I spend a lot of time looking at books, maybe that would be worth it. Let me know what you think. Because, like, I wouldn't be against it. You can see my little hands and stuff. Yes, yeah. I could do that. I mean, I have a webcam that I never use. So, realistically, I could do that if we have, like, if we need a reference. Then just bing, bang, boom. A little camera appears and films what I'm looking at. That actually feels like such a nice idea. I'm actually all about that. I'm all about that. As long as it doesn't, like, interfere with my frame rate and my kilobytes per second, which I don't think it would. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, tell you what, I will do that. Would you like it in HD? Because I'd do that. I'd actually be so okay with doing, like, a really HD, like, art book page. Or art books, like, camera. Because I got cameras like that. I've got a cinema camera that I can technically plug into my computer. So I'd have to see how that works, but yeah. And also because, like, for this point where I'm just looking for a reference, it doesn't, for you guys, it doesn't really look like much. Anywho, I've got what I need. Oops, sorry. Bumping you. Apologies. So now I just got to think wow, forgetting words. Where am I going to put these? Basically, they're just little bulbs with, like, a hole. They kind of look like hornets' nests. And they kind of are. Some of them might be hornets' nests, some of them might be fairy nests. There's a little face just going, what? Oh. Wait. Yeah, and I like the idea of including more magical, like, mystical kind of stuff to the world. Genuinely, I think that'd be really nice. Adding more instances of creatures of the Feywild. There are going to be tieflings and furbolgs and things like that in Timberstone, so why not, start introducing them. Magical creatures. There's magic in this. It's not just goblins and stuff. There's more to it. I might leave it at that, and then I'll hollow out some of these trees as well for other creatures. I want to build that, like, vast ecosystem. Yeah, stuff like that, just to make the world seem a bit more real and lived in. I think that's important. And then I can always add more stuff in the add-ons, like the add-on layer later. Yeah. I don't need to do so much. I don't need to do so much, and I'm just doing so much. But that's fine. I also don't need this reference book right now anymore. Just pop it down on the ground. It's got a little dust cover on it as well, so it's maybe one of my best taken care of books. Like, my most well-kept books, because, like, I use those books a lot. I crack them open. I don't, like, actually crack them open, but I do open them and stuff like that. And I'm using them a lot. Some of them have worn down with time. So, yeah. Oh, God. I'm gonna need to color this in by hand. Yeah, I'm gonna need to color a lot of it in by hand. Shit! That's fine. Let me grab some colors. So I want to move to more of a But then again, I can't make it too vastly different from this previous page. How about I will keep it fairly similar, color-wise, color theory-wise, to my chagrin. Yeah, okay, cool. How much of it gets filled? Okay, not too much, actually. I can kind of live with redoing those trees. These are all the trees, so that's fine. Just deal with the problem, really. Get over it, deal with the problem. And it will be fine. This bit can be the path itself. Nice. And then sky. My leg. My leg! Ah! Just felt sore for a moment. Well, not sore, but you know those like little like moments of like discomfort? Just felt a bit uncomfortable. That's it. End of story. Story over. And then I want big colors for these, because we want some vibrancy thrown in. Kind of need it added to it. It all looks orange. Hold on. Somehow I knew it. Somehow I knew that it was this one, this layer. So we want pink, not orangey pink. Want that good sheet. Definitely looks weird now, but it won't later. Okay, and now these. I use the same color for the nests and stuff. Now these have all been gotten. I missed it. There you go. Okay, and now for the, not difficult part, but the slightly fiddly bit. Just down to the point. Because yeah, I know why it hasn't auto-selected the tree itself, but the tree and the ground and the grass and stuff. It's because there are these big openings, like these big empty spaces in the line work. And it is going off of the line work more so than anything. I mean, it's got nothing else to draw from, the selection tool anyway. So that's okay. I will make it work. I feel like the ground probably needs a bit of stuff to it, but I also just don't know if it's necessary. I mean, knowing me, I will add details, but I don't know if it's necessary. Is it ever? Is it ever when I do that kind of stuff? Probably not. It's a bit needless. And now to fill in a lot of this, like, big empty space. The little white dots and stuff, which are really annoying. But also, yeah, they are just what they are. Ugh, stretch my back. I think I got a stretch redeemed, didn't I? Nope, I didn't. No, then I have to de-stretch. De-stretch, unstretch myself. Return back to the crumpled prawn that I am until I get my notification telling me that it's time to stretch. No, not you. Not you, Glenn, no. It's on my timer. Hello, Glenn. Again, stretch again, re-stretch. Ah, all that stretching I did before, I can redo it. I was just gonna redeem it, but was slow. All good, all good. It has been redeemed. I am stretching, and I am feeling better, feeling less prawn-like. How are you, Glenn? I don't know why my hat. Oh. Hello, Silent Solidarity. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just give you a quick shout out. Don't lick me. Trying to give you a shout out and you're licking me. There we go. Thank you so much for the raid. How you doing? Welcome back. What do you think of my blaze skin? It's kinda accurate. Silent raid. Currently just hydrating and stretching. What were you doing? What were you playing? What were you making? Doing fine, just woke up, had a lot of dreams. Oh, nice. Can you retell any of those dreams? Can you remember those dreams? Because I always feel like I can't. I have no motivation to do anything important. That's fine. Take a break. take a break day. I think you've earned it. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. That's why. I tried to save my illustration and then almost saved my Twitch webpage. That wouldn't have worked. Yeah, Silent, what were you playing? Or doing? I was playing Bloodstained. Oh, nice. Ritual of the Night, first time ever playing it was last night on stream, and the stream went for 5 hours. Damn. So, is it safe to say that you're enjoying it? And then this is the part where Silent goes, no, I hate this game. No, this game is my actual enemy. But I can assume you enjoyed it, right? Oh, that's a really messy looking part to the tree. Yuck. Imagine if Silent liked the game. 12-hour stream. Oh, can only imagine. That is, whew. That is quite the stream for a game that you hate. No, it's absolutely hard. I spent 2 hours on one boss. Oh, shit. I was joking about it. But maybe, oh, JK, there we go. There we go. I was like, say JK, please. I need to jump back really quickly to an old page. So, actually, you can read this because it's been released. Except the boss part. Yeah, I mean, I've played Bloodstained, and I fully get where you're coming from. The boss fights are very painfully difficult. And I do mean that in the nicest way possible, if that makes any sense. Okay, cool. It was a tutorial boss? Ah, yes, I remember the tutorial boss being a pain in the ass. So I have played the game. I really disliked how that's not the right color. That's not the color I picked. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I need to go back. I just closed that page, too. I really dislike how the game, like, you basically have to, like, the dodge mechanics are just very clunky, I found. And that made it very frustrating. I really dislike how that's not the right color. I get you, yeah. What? Wait a second. Yeah. Very easily distracted. I'm doing like 2 things at once. You'll have to forgive me. Wait a second, this isn't the color I'm supposed to be coloring with. Shit! Yeah, that's me. It's me to a T. And then I forget you're all here, and then I just fixate. And y'all get to just watch me do that. Color blindness relates heavily. Oh yeah, well, you would get it better than even I do, right? Where it's just, this just isn't the right color. It's rough. It's a rough situation. But, yeah, it's just, that's all I got to say. It's rough. Well, I mean, on one hand, Ratchet is canonically colorblind as well, so I'm trying my best to... I mean, in future parts of this comic, I will be doing my best to actually represent it quite honestly. Especially with Ratchet, who will have situations where his colorblindness does actually impede him a little bit. When did I pick the pink color? I thought it was blue, yeah. So do you have red-green or blue-yellow colorblindness out of curiosity as well? Or the third one, which I always forget, which is a different set of colorblindness. Is that all I needed to do? I think so. Now for the additionally difficult job of shadows. Now that I've added so much more. There's so much more to this. But I did that to myself as well, so I can't really blame anyone other than myself. Multiply, and we will pick away at it. Start with Ratchet, because he was here first. I got a different color blindness in each eye, one from birth, the other from when chemicals got in your left eye. Well, technically, the one from birth is in both eyes. That makes sense. Yeah, that tracks. Interesting. I mean, again, unfortunate, but very interesting. That feels a little too dark as a shadow color. Especially when it's going to be darkened anyway. That's maybe a little too close. There we go. Much better. I don't know. Again, I don't know why I am so far zoomed out on this image. I know what it looks like. It doesn't need to be this zoomed out. And yet I always just sit at a point really far back. And I'm just like, this'll do. This'll do for when I'm coloring in this important image. just stretching my legs out as well now, just because. Oh, I mean, I've been here for an hour. I mean, I'm surprised by that, actually. I guess I'm getting back into the groove of streaming, like streaming illustration now. Because it didn't feel like it's been an hour. Whereas my previous streams have felt like I felt the time tick by. And mostly because I fell out of being used to it, I think. The quickest way for me to tell you how you see the world is with a sunset. The orange sky is green and the blue is purple. The clouds become a weird color I can't describe sometimes during sunset. Interesting. Very interesting. That is, yeah, very fascinating. Unprawn. Thank you, Punga, for the reminder. That is a fascinating form of colorblindness. And then I think everything underneath his hand will just be shaded. Just because it doesn't make too big of a difference whether it is or not. Magique. No, it won't be that one. It'll be that. Be that. Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. I needed the brush. And then just erase it at the top. Maybe at a second point just to give it that kind of metallic look. I forget the name for what I have. I just call it Villain Vision since I got this curse from what's essentially a villain origin story. Well, it sounds very similar to the Matt Murdock, like, Daredevil vision. At least in Origins. Maybe not in, practice, or the fact that it didn't make you blind, at the very least. But Matt Murdock, his, origin is that he got chemicals accidentally dumped on his face. Well, in his eyes, more specifically. And it made him blind, but gave him Daredevil vision. The vision of a daredevil, that is to say blind, but not blind. In the rain, he can see well. Sort of. This curve makes the blade kind of seem dull, I feel. Dunno. Something about it just makes it seem quite dull. I'll fiddle with it later. Gave him echolocation. Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? Because I guess it's not super addressed in the TV series, but in the Daredevil movie, he does, like, get immobilized by bells. So, it doesn't surprise me that it would be echolocation. Is that everything I need to do? No. It's a little bit more ratchet to color in. Gave me weird colors and subpar vision. Yeah. Ain't that always the shit? I've been bitten by a spider, and it didn't give me cool spider powers. It gave me nerve damage for a little while. Comic books are bullshit. I say, making my own comic book. I just come out with this, like, full opinion that comic books just are just a means to manipulate children. And it's like, that's fucked up. Because also, not only do I not believe that, I am making a comic that isn't attempting to manipulate kids or comic enthusiasts who at the time, at one time were just kids reading comic books. Gonna just black that one out. There we go. Imagine, I just have a really really harsh opinion on comic books, despite being now a comic author. That doesn't look right. I took 2 radioactive pills, didn't get superpowers either, just accelerated hair whitening. Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it? Like, all this stuff that comic books told us were gonna happen for us, and they didn't happen. None of us are superheroes. We're just really great people. Wink. Smile. Um, yeah. It's like that whole, like, the DeLorean in Back to the Future was originally gonna be a fridge, but then we've been scammed. But the director was like, no, we can't do that because then it'll encourage kids to climb into fridges. And then, many years later, Indiana Jones did it just anyway, and they were just like, fuck it, who cares? Who cares? And it's like, because, the media you see as a kid makes you incorrigible. I remember as a kid, as a young mouse, and it goes to show, like, it'll make perfect sense knowing who I am and my love of illustration and drawing. But when I first saw Wallace and Gromit: A Grand Day Out, in which, Wallace and Gromit go to the moon to eat the cheese on the moon, and Wallace drew the schematics and plans for the rocket ship, which included a little, like, stick figure illustration of himself and Gromit. I was so enamored with that as a kid that I ended up drawing that on the wall in crayon. Not as well as Gromit, not as well as Wallace did, but, like, I drew it on the wall. But the pills killed your thyroid, at least one did, and the first one didn't do it. So I guess it was good for something. That's true, it did benefit you in some capacity. I mean, great, as long as you don't make the comic into a book, you will never make a comic book. Therefore you can say comic books suck. Comics are bullshit. No, I like comics. I'm lying, and it's gonna become a book. Eventually. I hope. Fucking thyroids. Yeah, thyroids are fucking bullshit, man. I'm a thyroid hater. Me and my homies hate thyroids. Fuck thyroids. I love it. What a stance. What a stance to take. It's fantastic. Such a hard and fast opinion, and I love it. Is that gonna be right? I don't know. I mean, it can be tattered and shite, though. That's the thing. I mean, I do have a minor electric superpowers due to being struck by lightning 3 times. Can zap anyone with static electricity whenever you want. Yeah, true, but it took 3 lightning strikes to get that, so that's not a risk I'm willing to take. In this house, we worship long Furbies and despise thyroids. Yeah, absolutely, I love it. That is a very strong stance to take, but it is a very respectable one, too. Gonna just give these some shadow and then move on to whatever bullshit comes next. Yeah. Yeah, but I'd like to release this as a comic, like an actual comic book one day. Publish it. Retire at the ripe old age of 35. That's my dream. Thyroids are insufficient. Yeah. What do thyroids even do? Am I right, gang? Take up space and are lame. That's what they do. Hashtag we hate thyroids, gang. The hate thyroid gang. I love that it's just thyroids are insufficient. And it's like, well, you are right. You are correct. Win the lottery and only do fun work. What a dream. Well, my dream, like, not my dream, but my thought was that, like, if I could ever actually do the comic full time, I would volunteer to work in the orangutan enclosure at the zoo in my spare time. Because I was like, I would just do things that were fun. Like, as the extra thing that I do. The thing that I do to keep social. I'd just go and take care of orangutans. And I was like, I like that. But only if I ever actually, like, worked on the comic full time. And in a way that actually supported me to take time for myself as well. But then again, I also feel like if I worked on the comic full time, a lot of my spare time would be spent going to, like, cons and going to, like, events or going to interviews about, you know, the writer's way or how to write a compelling or, you know, or a subpar comic book and stuff like that. So I guess, yeah, it would depend. My dream of working with orangutans may become secondary. Goob meowings. Oh, we got ads. The ads are up. Beware, watch out for them. Avoid them at all cost. Don't pay your taxes. Is that everything? Oh, no, it's not, because I need to do the background. But that's pretty much everything, which is good. Goob meowings? I actually don't understand. But I found the comment funny. I found it funny, I just lacked comprehension for it, you know? Okay, quick, give it a save, give it a cheeky save. I'm gonna check these previous pages for a second. We get a little visual there, but we actually do see where Ratchet ends up. See, like this bit here is down there. So I could put some like logs and stuff in like this. Wow, back from the ads, welcome back. Welcome back from the ads. I'm just currently looking at a previous page to kind of gather my thoughts on what I'm gonna do next. Because we're about here now. Ratchet's about there. So that's explained. But I also need to draw in the trees, in the shadows and stuff. And the log, I guess. Keep it consistent. You can't see the log. There's not going to be a point to doing that. Ah, Son is here. Ah, Son! Welcome. That's why. I saw the green, like, name, and I thought it was Glenn, and I was like, that's an interesting thing for Glenn to say. Goob meowings. And now I understand. Hello! How you doing, Son? Goob meowings. I'm like, oh, as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy, Glenn. My brain just running like that. Hello! Get in the soup! Get in the soup! What are you doing out of the soup? Get in there! Still need to make that animation. just me shouting at new followers to get in the soup. That's going to scare me more than it's going to scare anyone else, which is good because it's not intended to scare people. Even so, it's going to scare me. Yeah, how you doing? How have you been? Now that I've got my case of mistaken identity out of the way, I see colors and I'm just like, something. Somebody I know. And then make, oh geez, really throwing myself about on this page. Frankly shit, but I'm here to vibe. Hey, no problem. I'm sorry to hear that, but we do bring vibes. Hopefully chill vibes, but sometimes very chaotic. Which is fine. Either way, those are very unique. There's very unique vibes, but they are less sad. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I do the art, and then I get distracted, and then I say something I regret. Then rinse and repeat, you know, as per. It's the Grey Mouse way. It's weird, because, like, shadows used to be my, like, favorite layer to do. And I still do enjoy drawing those shadows and stuff, but maybe not as much as I used to. Because it's all now just a process, I think. It's all just this part of a process, essentially. Son's name sits upon an edge of so obviously being green, but yet being so disgusting brown. Being a disgusting brown. Oh my god. What? I mean, I get it, but also, damn. Ruthless. Ruthless silent. Your name is filthy. I love it. I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you. Let's go collect this very specific brown color that I use for these trees. I think it's also, you know, fair to say that this part of the detailing layer has stolen my heart. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just drawing these lines in for the trees and stuff. Because then you get these trees out of it. And they're some of my favorite trees. I feel like that. The arch is. Hold on. Could be better. Yeah, because once it gets to like this point, this halfway point, it needs to be pointing downwards so it doesn't look like it's like tilted. I know what I'm doing. I'm an artist. If you didn't figure that out. I illustrate things. I make pictures with my brain and my hands. Resist the urge to say, and my butt. I don't need to say that. It's an unnecessary addition to everything I was saying. I want to get back into comic work again. It's been 4 years. Oh yeah. What kind of comic? What did you do in the comic works? That sounded very accusatory. What kind of comics did you do? Do it. Yeah, do it. Absolutely do it. 100%. Before I even get the answer of what kind of comics you did, do it. Because we need more comic friends. people working on other comics while I work on mine. So then I feel like I'm part of a community. I did a comic strip thing, just 4 to 6 panels at a time of small slice of life moments. That's cool. That sounds really nice. I'll be the cheerleader over your shoulder cheering you on. Yeah, do it. Do it. Make your comics. Me and my nerd friend back in 7th grade used to make short Mario comics. That's amazing. That sounds awesome. I love it. Yeah, do it. I mean, do it if you're passionate about it. Or even if you're tempted to do it, just like start, you know? You know what I mean? If you're uncertain and you've started, that's fine. You can always move back. Move away. Come back to it later. There's no harm in starting it again. But now I have greater ambitions. That's okay. I'm doing a long form comic series that will take me years to finish. I don't think. I mean, you're in the wrong place to say you have your ambitions are too big. Do it. I will always encourage people to follow their ambitions, even if they are too far beyond their means. Start, and then you will be surprised where you end up. I think that's my perspective. Perception. Perspective is still correct, but you know what I mean. Yeah. What's the harm? You end up spending ages on a work, and then you've grown as an artist and stuff like that. There's nothing bad about that. Or you end up not enjoying it, and you just go, well, I tried it, wasn't for me. And that's a learning moment, which is very valuable. In 2nd grade, my school got these drawing animation tablet things. I would make terrible quality animations with mainly my own voice acting. Only good thing was the stories. Yeah, I love to hear that. I had a similar thing like that, but we had like a 3D animation software at my school, and no one knew how to use it. I barely knew how to use it, but I used to make just weird little, like dumb little animations on it. And from there, it kind of spurred an enjoyment of doing that in my spare time, to the point where I used to get in trouble because I was in the library making animations and not outside playing. The biggest issue is, as cliche as it sounds, for artists' style. My usual drawing style is more painterly and takes time. You want a faster style. You know what? I understand that. I do understand that. Hey, if your ambitions are too high as the sky, just remember we have footprints in the moon. That's true, yeah. That is good advice. Not advice, that is a good thing to say, I think. That's fair. Well, do you ever do like just like scribbles and sketches? Like, do you ever have like a little sketchbook and you just fill it with stuff? Just take a pencil or a mechanical pencil and a sketchbook, and you just take it out one day, you go to like a cafe or a restaurant, you just scribble on that. Never really done sketchbooks? Well, I mean, it's not really my place to give out advice, but I would say like if you're curious about trying to build a style that isn't painterly, maybe try limiting yourself. You're a bad artist. No, you're not. Absolutely. I will not hear that here. No. No. Hold on. Hold on. I need to get my face on. No. You are not a bad artist. Don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear that here. If you need help, I studied rocket science for fun. Hey. That's always good. Look at me. You're not a bad artist. But what if I'm an objectively bad artist? Art is subjective. You cannot objectively be bad at art. If you've got the heart of an artist and the joy and the desire to create art, then you cannot be bad. A real rock. No. No. Not in my chat. You're making the mouse angry. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. The only bad art Only bad art is AI art. I agree completely. Yes. You cannot be bad at art. Art is subjective. And if you are subjectively bad at art, that's because you do not feel that you are good at art. And guess what? The mouse is telling you that you're good at art, so you just do your art. You make your stuff. You make your stuff, and if it makes you happy, then it's good. Then it's good art. Swat's on with a newspaper. An artist is only bad if they out themselves. If they out themselves, put themselves down. Yes. Yeah. No, not here. That. Not here. You're good. You're good enough. The fact that you feel that way is proof that you are not that way. Because a bad artist would not want to be better. You're doing great, Sweaty. But I'm the Sweaty, because it's like 37 degrees here. You got this! I believe in you! Developing a god complex instead of imposter complex. Yeah! That's how you game the system. It's where you just develop a god complex about your abilities. Even if they, have room to grow. That's the best way. This is the shadows layer. Actually, it looks really good though, so I'm okay with that. But, with that said... See? Even I make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I'm on the wrong layer. None of you warned me about it though, so it's also on you guys. It doesn't matter though, it actually has little to no effect on the overall composition. But even so, I fucked it up. Shrek phobia in a mud bath. I'll do that. I love it. I love the idea. Let me pull down the warm-up page for Up on its High Horse. So that's my blaze skin from memory. It is terrible. But that's okay. Zeus, god of lightning, whoop-de-doo, I survived his direct assassination attempt 3 times already, I'm better than him. Yeah, exactly, he's an ineffective god of lightning if you can't kill one silent solidarity with lightning. Shrek Furby in Mudbath. Okay, that I can do. So we do the Furby shape first. Do the Furby, not Furby, Shrek ears. Because you get a... It's not correct. There we go. There we go. Much better. Do this Furby bit. Little butt on its face. It does look like Punga's little like face features. Might have its mouth just be closed this time. Doesn't have the same kind of unnervingness that the other one does. Like having it closed doesn't have that same sort of menacing look to it. So those are a little crooked, that's fine. Yeah, nice. I will push the last of the limits a mere mortal can attain, and so will you. Yeah, push past. Yeah, you got this, son. You got this. Put his little feet up. I do it in my swamp. I just sneezed again for the first time since last stream. Oh no, your streams make me sneeze. Hey, that's good. That's maybe the best recommendation I've ever gotten for my streams. These streams make me sneeze. Gwendolyn. Oh, it's not Son. I keep seeing the green and assuming Son. These streams make me sneeze. Was the sneeze because you were overcome with the inspiration to draw? If so, even better. I mean, I've heard, like, people be like, I use your streams to kind of help lull me to sleep and stuff. And, like, that's a big compliment to me. But your streams make me sneeze. That's a new one. I like it, though. Draw your weapon, coward. Teehee puns. I love it. So cute. Blob. Little blobbiness. To the mud. There we go. Give him a bit more mud just around his face and stuff. His Shrek-like face. And the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Give him some fur. Because it looks weird that he's like smooth. Shouldn't look smooth. He's a Furby. And you can't spell Furby without fur. So, it should be some fur. That gets like matted once it's in the mud. I love it. I'm glad. You gonna make this this one, Glenn? My mouth tastes sour. Thanks, Gray. Why does your mouth taste sour because of me? Is it because I've been kissing you with my sour mouth? I can't be blamed for that. My cats hate paperwork the same level as I do. They always throw it around. I love that the immediate assumption is because it's the contents of the paperwork, not the fact that it's paper. But I agree. I've never known a cat that likes paperwork. Now this was a spur-of-the-moment decision, but Shrek has a pretty broad nose, so I need to kind of encapsulate it. Oh god. I don't know, I'm blaming you because it happened on my stream. Oh, right, okay, so every little thing that happens to your y'all's, like, you know, autonomous systems, that's because of me. I don't blame you guys when I shit myself on stream. So I don't think it's fair that you blame me when you sneeze or have a sour taste in your mouth. Yes, only while you're streaming this. Oh, right, okay. You know what, fair enough. I can respect that. He looks comfortable. And we're watching. Well, I was actually considering adding a webcam. Not for me, because one, I'm not going to show my face. I don't care enough for that. But for when I open up like reference books to look at, so then you can all watch me look at references, or look at the references that I'm looking at. And I was, you know, I wonder what people thought of that as an idea, because like anytime I get a reference book out, I always feel a little bit like you know, for everyone watching the stream, it's just silence. Or the sounds of like paper flipping. which could be quite boring. So instead, I just get like a little, yeah, just a little webcam to show my reference books and stuff when I'm looking at them, and then you can all look at them as well. That'd be kind of cute. Those are the prerequisites for you to be blamed. I'm streaming and you're watching. Okay. You know what? You got me. What are you doing in my swamp? Actually, it'd be the Furby voice. And the Furby voice is like, Furby, what are you doing in my swamp? Is that correct? Was that correct? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched Shrek. And an even longer time since I've heard a Furby. That's a Furby being hit by a car windshield, I think. Do I need that? Not anymore. It's more like the Furby voice is more like it's like the kind of nasally like real love you sort of thing, isn't it? It's not necessarily just the nasal voice. I don't know. I don't own a Furby. I'd love to own a Furby, but I don't. And also, I would be worried that it would become possessed because they're very easy to possess, those Furbies. As I have stated once on a podcast, the easiest children's toy to possess. So, I still stand by that belief. That they're really easy to possess by ghosts and stuff. Paranormal things. Let that mark be up like that. Hey, Smiley! I saw the little emotes dance across the screen and I kinda knew it was you. I could sense your appearance. How you doing? I hope you're well. Kinda almost done with this part, but I'd like to get like I'd like to get a panel done at least once a stream. That would be really good. Even if it's one of these big ones. Because, yeah. Oh, the Pokemon Redeem has already been redeemed. What did I draw today? So we drew a Blaziken. So that's the actual version. And this is... Why has it come out like that? Oh, it's slowly popping up. There it is. I can pull it back on screen. Hold on. Let me show you. So this is what we drew. A Blaziken. As you can see, it is very accurate. It's like a Blaziken if it had like assaulted me in an alleyway and I was giving a police description, I think. Which is pretty like close to accurate, which is quite good. Like, if I do say so myself. Looks frightening and accurate at the same time. I mean, that's good. That's a good sign. Again, I don't think I've played Pokemon in about 10 years. So, the fact that I can draw any of these Pokemon even slightly close to their, like, actual version is a really good sign. But that was our redeem, which was a Shrek Furby. Shrek Furby sitting in a swamp. So I'm going to pop that sweet bean up there. Also with the nose, like the really weird, like, flat nose. But I'm glad you all seem to like the, like, Pokemon redeem. Because, like, it brings me no end of, like, enjoyment and torture. Just because I just don't know Pokemon. And I'm slowly being reminded that I do not know Pokemon. I do find that really funny. Now details layer, which I forgot to do. I can't see my keyboard. Because it's really dark in here. Let me just check outside if it's still sunny out. I actually wish we hadn't stolen the Northern Hemisphere's daylight savings. Because it's still really bright outside and it's warm. And it makes me sad. Makes me mouse sad. Because, fuck, it's hot. It's like, it was almost 40 degrees today, which was awful. Awful, awful, awful. Actually, hold on. Gonna do this a different way. We need shine on this blade, so the shine should pretty much show through both sides. Yeah, like that. Does that look right? I don't know. Get in the soup, my friend. Your time has come. Oh yeah, get in the soup, Smiley. There is no resisting. Get in the soup. SpongeBob boy, get in the soup. Get in the dang soup. You cannot resist. It's too much. That's too much. Just dancing into the soup. Good on you, Smiley. Accepting it with grace. It is, of course, not a punishment. It is a gift. It's a gift for all the people watching. You gotta get in the soup. It's like a little spa. It'll help you relax while you play. Watch. I don't know why I said play. Am I stupid? Maybe a little. Am I like an idiot? I think that's all I really need for the dagger. Maybe a few streaks of light, but nothing too big. You can't dance your way out of the soup. Yeah, you can't dance your way out of the soup. You could just be in the soup. Live with it. Soup. It's good soup. Good soup. There is no escape from the soup. Toast in the soup. Oh man, actually, tell you what, toast in soup. Toast with soup. Delicious. Just bread with soup, you know? Just delicious. Just love that little, like, shouting emote. It's so aggressive. But in, like, the funniest possible way. Be going to suited stream, though. Keep up the comic drawing. Thank you so much, Smiley. I appreciate it. I think I'll only be streaming for a few more minutes, so fair enough. I may see you soon, depending on who we raid. Because you know me, I'd love to raid suited. But I am at the will of the cosmos most days. I think the perspective in this panel is really nice. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, actually, because I really struggled with it. So I actually am I'm so glad you like it. It took some attempts, so I do really appreciate that, like, genuinely. I'm in both like a Giga Chad. Silent, you Chad. You know what? Yeah, fair. You aren't wrong. That's pretty Giga Chad behavior. Hold on, gang. Just gonna go. Just gonna go open up suited stream and just watch it. you guys can entertain yourselves, right? Just gonna watch suited stream. Then we just see like oh, actually that'd be kind of cool. But I just create a new screen where it's just a mouse sitting on like on like a couch eating popcorn, watching other people's streams. I mean, it's not the greatest idea I've ever had, but it is funny. And to be fair, there are so many Twitch streamers whose entire content model is just watching other people's content. So I feel like I could get away with it. Not that I'm going to, I'm too busy. Too busy with other stuff. You know, actually making my own content. Jingles, keys, alright chat, I'll be entertained for 30 minutes. Alright chat, I'll be entertained for 30 minutes, yeah. Just keep them busy for a little bit. I don't need that long. Just in someone else's stream for like hours, and you're all sitting here just like... Greymouse went to get water like a little while ago, didn't he? That's too dark. I need just slightly orange. That's too saturated. That doesn't look right. It needs to be like colorful. His little eye bits. That's better. Just been away from art for like a day. Forgotten everything. So I gotta stream art every single day. Even the days I play video games. I just do art in the morning and then play video games. Got no time for my actual job. Just cut that from my life, cut that toxicity from my life, and just make a comic. That's it. That's my life now. Alright. What else do I need to do? This kind of needs something. Just needs something. And so do these little wasp nests. Just gonna add. I swear those reaction content creators who just stare at the screen and go, wow, cool, or oh, damn, every other minute and nothing else. Like peak entertainment. Yeah. How do people find that amusing? Oh yeah, it bothers me so much. I hate it. Because it's such lazy content, and like I will find a content creator that I like, and then I'll see that they do reaction videos like that, and I'm like, oh god, my respect for you has like actually so strongly diminished in that short period of time that I'm like, it's so disheartening that like, you know, certain streamers and certain content creators will just rely on reaction videos to pad out a lot of their stuff. And I rarely use I don't often use the term sawdust in the soup, but reaction content really feels like sawdust in the soup of content creation, if you get what I mean. I prefer reviews over reactions because the people actually take time to research and find stuff to talk about. Yeah, reviews are fine. They're totally okay. It is just pointless reaction videos that bother me. And I don't know, for me as a viewer, I find myself feeling quite impatient with stuff like that. So if I find a video that is just somebody talking over something, I feel like I'm missing the content that I actually want to see. And for me, that feels really annoying, more so than entertaining. If you catch my drift. There we go. Entertainment is weird. Yeah. Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree. I found Jacksepticeye's videos. I used to really like them. Nowadays, I'm a little bit more on the fence about them because I'm just like, so many of his gameplay videos, he'll pause the game to talk, and it's like, wow, this feels really stunted in the flow of the content. And like, he never used to do that. And now it's because he's kind of, you know, assured that his audience is there to see him. Which is, you know, fair enough. They are actually there to see him. It's not an arrogance thing. It's a confidence thing and a knowledge thing that the people who are there to see this video are there really more to see him. But even so, it feels like you're doing a disservice. It's hard to create something new and unique. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still like I still feel like it's necessary to make the effort to try. Soft shadows. Have you? Oh yeah, parasocial relationships. Yeah, absolutely. Have you seen, out of curiosity, Glenn? Have you seen that H-Bomber guy video about copyright? Because he goes into some really interesting detail about how consistent, banana blade, how consistent like copyright is, and he kind of exposes a big portion of people who infringed or stole content from people. Oh yeah, we've talked about this. I just realized we've talked about this, haven't we? But I found that really interesting because he also does highlight a lot of content creators who kind of steal content, but in that reaction kind of sense, in that reaction kind of dead zone where it's kind of open for interpretation. And I found, like, as I was telling you, as I'm realizing we've talked about this, but as I said, I found it really interesting because, you know, so much we've let so much slide in terms of copyright that it's very weird to see it in action in a way that is truly very harmful, because it's almost been not encouraged, but definitely has been left to kind of fester, which, yeah, feels very detrimental for the old content mill, which we're all a part of, you know, us streamers and stuff. But I also I'm still in that space where I still feel weird saying that I'm a content creator, even though I am. But it still feels weirdly alien to me. And I guess as these years have gone by, I guess I'm not quite as sure why anymore. Guess it's because of that association and stigma about being a content creator. I joked with one of my coworkers as I explained what I do as like a side gig, which is this, you know, this comic stuff. And it's like, I often have to, when I tell people what I do, and I say I make videos on the internet to entertain people, and then I have to go, no, not that kind of thing. I always kind of do that. Maybe in part because it's funny, but then also because there's so much association that I'm usually I find it easier to just say, oh yeah, do porn, which I don't do. But sometimes it feels easier to explain, because people know that. I'm in this weird space where I kind of romanticize streaming, but don't want to do it at the same time. Oh yeah. I work better in a co-op setting. That's fair enough. Like, whatever works for you, right? Like, whatever you feel most comfortable with is the best way. And organized chaos is fucking amazing. So You're clearly doing something very, very right. Make internet contact to entertain people. Yeah. Wink. Make internet content to entertain. Wink. Don't ask me any more. Unless you're interested. Wink. I don't have a winking model. Why do I not have a winking model? Because it would be too complicated. Actually, I already had the answer to that question. It'd be too much of a mess. Kind of just do it this way now. That's maybe too strong. Just gonna bring it down ever so slightly. And what do we say, chat? Do we want to add a little, like, star on Ratchet's blade? How does this look? I mean, it could be brighter, but, like... In your humble opinions, what do you think of the little shine? I don't think it should be yellow. I think it should just be white, like the rest of the movement. If I'm going to include it at all. Which I don't necessarily... oh, actually it kind of looks cool. Do you know Rachel Maxey? She's a YouTuber who does crafting videos mainly. I do not know of them. Are they good? I'm always wary to ask, like, beyond are they good? Because they might, you know, might infringe on copyright. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. What's that? I don't know. That's pretty cool. I've come around to the stars. I think she does amazing videos. Ooh, cool. And I'd love to do those crafting project videos yourself. It's just hard to start something like that and commit to it. Yeah, because it's like a huge commitment to do that kind of stuff, isn't it? There is so much time and dedication that you have to put into it. For sure. You have commitment issues. Hey, whale! Don't we all... This is the longest thing this comic is the longest thing I've committed to ever. So I respect that. And even then, I'm thinking about cheating on it. No, I'm not. I mean, I am, but not really. But yeah, I get that completely. I guess I said to Son, but it's like, I mean, is there any harm in trying? I mean, there's a financial cost to trying, of course, but like, maybe give it a go. Like, I would 100% support that. If you're gonna do like Furby crafting posts, then I'm there. 200%, you know, 100% there. If you're making content like that, I have to know. I have to see those videos. Have enough ideas already. I mean, that's also fair, isn't it? The just sheer abundance of ideas and potential content and things like that. It's a lot. So I also fully respect that too. Right? You know, there's only so much time you can dedicate to stuff. You know, there's just talking about it at the start of the stream. I kind of want to do another stream where I just work on the comic, like another comic stream. But do I have the time? Probably not. And unless I actually was working full time on the comic, I don't think it's a wise or reasonable thing to ask of myself. So yeah, like, yeah, you only have so much time to dedicate to yourself, and then also to dedicate to stuff like that. And then you also really, you got to take care of yourself, right? You got to put yourself first, and your mental health and mental wellness first. It's the most important thing. But it is always really tempting, isn't it? Just to pick up another little thing. What's the harm, right? What's the harm? It's not, yeah, not physical harm, but it is a little bit like the mental strain. Just don't commit to the extra stream. Do it when you feel like it and have time. And also length can be varying based on your possibilities. Yeah, and I fully agree with you, Orpa. I think going forward, I'm gonna allow myself to work on the comic in my own time, but only when I'm actually feeling up to it. I know for certain. Hold on. I know for certain that I actually do need to get this draft moving, because this is where we're up to. So I actually need to fill out this page and then move on to the next one. And I actually would like to get the draft for chapter 3 done soon. Hydrate. I should do that. You right. Thank you for reminding me. I actually really am glad that is a redeem, just because otherwise I would forget. But yeah, and the draft takes like very little time. I just need to figure out spacing and timing, and locations and stuff like that for Ratchet to fill. So that actually is the quickest part of this job. But yeah, I need to actually get this page done for that as well, because the next few streams are going to be pretty quick. We're just drawing Ratchet's face. I think I will probably get the next 4 panels done next stream. Like, that's how quick it'll probably be. It will not take long at all. Unless I want to add more, like, fun little things, of course, but yeah. Let's export this out, and then we will raid to somebody as well. Yes, it exists. Yes, I would like to save over it. Yes, I know it is just a single panel on a very white, large page. I saw a flea yesterday in your bedroom, so that room is being quarantined now and not risking anything this time. Yeah, absolutely. Very good idea. Could have the plague or any other, disease. So good idea. So let me just quickly crop this image, and then we will raid out. Crop this image and then post it on the Discord, and then we will raid out. Alright. New audio device. Just leave it. I won't switch. Somebody messaged me? Oh, community art. Ooh. Hold on. I'll check all that stuff out after my stream. After I've left the stream. Maybe today I'll clean up the shed outside. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a nice little project to do, right? Is it super messy? If so, it will be. If it's a big task, then that'll keep you nice and busy, right? And being busy's good. Yeah? Nice. Is it full of mysterious things? Cursed items? Cursed artifacts? Oh, a crafty jellyfish is currently live. We raided her last time, so I think we're going to just jump to Suited. Because we haven't seen Suited in a while, and we are big fans of Suited. And Silent's already in the stream, so he can warn them. Yeah, totally. Nice. A nice little project. But, ooh, not so much just tools, gun, stuff, and wood. That's fair. You don't always have to have cursed items. There's an upstairs. And upstairs in your shed, that's actually really cool. I'm being stalked by the mouse. Surprise. I am stalking you. I'm going to follow you into your next stream. Which hasn't been touched for like 50 years. Ooh, that's going to be full of cursed shit. I love the sound of that. Anyway, before this ad starts, I'm going to save you all the trouble, and we will be raiding right away. Alright, I'll see you all later. I will see you all on Thursday for a new game. Still need to figure out which it is, but until then, bye-bye. Have a good day, or good night. Be the rainbow in somebody's day, because you've done enough. You've done enough being here. See you later. Bye-bye-bye. Oh wait, we have to actually do the raid. This is awkward. You're very welcome. Thank you all for being here. Now get out of here. Get lost. Love you all. Bye bye. Row 96. Ooh, I do have that. Maybe. We'll talk. We'll talk.